Howdy everybody, and Walnut Fox here. Had some time today. I wanted to show you the little trick that we were using at my witch farm. If you happen to have a witch hut close by in a swamp and want a quick, fast, easy way to kill them off and AFK above the witch hut so you don't have to make everything spawn proof, you can use this little trick. Inside of the structure here, this would be where the witch hut spawning platforms are, and no matter where a witch was to spawn in here, it will open this door and push us off into a whole bunch of mine carts that use entity cramming to kill off the witches really fast. Hoppers pick them up and put all the drops here in the chest. So show you it working. So if a witch were to spawn right here, it opens the one trap door and she takes entity cramming and dies. And all of the drops end up in here. So if you want an AFKable platform, this is the way to do it. It's kind of an old school design with tripwire hooks, but if you have let's face it, if you're in the beginning of the game and you're AFK fishing, you're going to have a few of these hooks laying around because you catch them, right? The expensive parts are probably going to be the comparators and the sticky pistons. So you're going to need a few slime balls here and there. So this is the list of materials that I've used. Water buckets, rails, you're going to need a lot of mine carts. There is a way to not use so many pieces of iron, but we'll get into that. This one seems to, because I had a large iron farm already, I figured with the hay, might as well use it. So I'm sure that YouTube's compression, you can't really see those tripwire hooks there. I tried to use a darker, or tripwires, the string. Tried to use a darker color, but maybe you could see the outline a little bit, but that's about it. So normally, your witch hut's going to be right above the water, so it's going to be, this bottom layer you're probably going to have to fill in, but since how we're not in the water, we don't have to worry about it too much. So your witch hut floor is usually a 7x5, or I'm sorry, 7x6 or 7. So I made this one just by going around the outsides of a witch hut. You can get the witch hut dimensions. So the one on our server is, I think it's only 5 wide, and I'm sure that I messed that up. So it's always nice to have a odd size build anyway. Anywho, you don't have to use the wool colors. They just help me to remind me where everything is, what's going where. Obviously this is all going to be dark inside, that way you don't have to worry about it spawning or not working during the daytime, So alright, so we have where our water sources will be, and then they'll flow out 7 from the water source for a total of 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then there'll be, you'll dig your little trench here, and this is where things are going to go later. We're going to make sure that we've got this blocked in, and I used orange wool to indicate where my redstone was going to be. So just like everything, it has to be 2 blocks tall so that witches will spawn inside there. If you don't, the only thing that'll spawn in there are spiders. Okay. Tripwire hooks go up front here. And then right back here, we're going to have comparators. And these comparators are going to be reading the contents of this brand new, the brand new blocks from 1.15, the composter, right? So, before we get, and I learned this trick, this is handy dandy thing, so before we get too wild, making our, putting our comparators in and all of our composters and whatnot, I found that you're definitely going to want to put your sticky pistons in while you can get underneath here, because they have to be looking down. Okay? And then we can reach in here and put our comparators in. And our composters, if we just hold shift, can go right here. And I like the pumpkin pies because they're guaranteed to give you a level of 1. So if we look right here, it's empty. There's nothing in here. There's no signal coming from here. But if we put a pumpkin pie in our composter, we get a signal strength of 1. Guaranteed every time with our pumpkin pie. So that's why I'm using it. So if we put 1 in there, 1 in there, there, and there, all of those are on. Pretty cool. We're done with these and these. Get you your trapdoor of choice and put them in this space right here. We want this block that's being powered by the composters to also power our trapdoor. See? It's already standing up because it's getting power via this block. Then we waterlog each of these, and they'll hold the water back until we open one. So when we have our water in here, only one opens and it flushes everything out to the edge. Then we place our tripwire hooks above here, and honestly that's all the redstone done. It's the easiest batch of redstone I think I've done in a while. So the hard part is getting your tripwire hooks in here and watching what you're doing, getting it just lined up so that everything hooks up. See? So if your tripwire hook is up like this and not triggered like this, you're missing a piece of string somewhere. So I like to use the outline boxes here and just put them against it. Or you can go this direction, just use the hit boxes. All the way up until you get to the edge of your, boop, and there it is. It's all armed and ready to go. Alright, so now comes the part that's usually very, very expensive. Like I said, I have a iron farm, but what we're going to do is we're going to try and not use a bunch of stuff here. So you do want a too high gap so that they can't jump out. So under here we'll put hoppers, and we should probably grab a chest. So if we put our chest here, and we put our hopper, one there, Remember to hold shift, or you'll just open the hopper inventory like this. This is a data pack again. Remember, I have or a texture pack. It tells me which direction all the hoppers are pointing. So these two point into this one. These two also point into this one. They go into the chest. We can build a storage system later for this. So to sort everything out. Okay. So thanks to our to some of the new mechanics in 1.15, won't be able to open that chest. So let's move it back a little bit and put our building block here. But what we can do now is we can have blocks here, and then we'll need a sign or a fence post. Oh, hey, you want to work good is a fence gate. And we'll put it this way so that it's open. And we put water here, pushes us in, put water here, pushes us in, right? Okay. So now in 1.15, we can tell our rails which direction we want them to face. We can either, whichever direction that the player's facing, if he's facing this way, it'll place it that way. If he's facing this way, it'll place it that way. No more automatically going east and west. Remember all that junk? So I like to put mine facing into the two blocks. And then definitely don't be in there when you're doing this, because it will crush you if you're in survival mode. And then you're going to need 24 mine carts. Yes, it's a lot. So aim at the side of your rail and put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you have 25, go ahead and put the 25th one in there. It helps. Break the rail. Close this off. Okay? That should be everything that you need. You can go a little willy-nilly like I did with mine, and I did use, this is the exact setup that I used. 25 times 5 is 125, and 25 times 6 is 175. So yeah, it's 175 mine carts plus, or times 5 is a whole lot. Like I said, I have a iron farm that we designed way long time ago. I have a video out on that. So if anything spawns in here, bloop, they'll get pushed off into the water and directed down into our little spot there eventually. There we go. And take damage. Entity cramming, everything gets picked up by the hoppers and put in the chest. So it doesn't have to be witches. You can use this for any type of spawning. If you had a let's see, how about like a creeper only farm, and you were just farming gunpowder, you dropped creepers in from a water stream over here, or you had this set up with trapdoors across the top so that only creepers would spawn in here. They'll also get pushed in here and entity cram, and then all of their drops will end up in here as well. So you can use this for a lot of different types of mobs, especially this idiot behind me. Sometimes he has okay things, but sometimes he's just a pain in the rear end. So I hope you guys found this useful. You can use this type of trap for any type of mobs, even if you're farming cows. Let them loose. So it'll do all the killing for you. That way you don't have to go down there and swing your sword around. If you're not looking for the looting buffs from the enchantments. So right on. So if you liked it, hey, give me a thumbs up if you can use it in your world. I hope it's something that you can use. And if you haven't already, subscribe. It's free. And I'll catch you in the next one. Just remember to have some fun and play some games. And see ya.